An all-timer of a day, and we are back to react to it all. I think we started this morning's wrap-up show by saying F them prospects, and Preller followed through with that over the course of the entire day. They did not subtract from their major league roster until they ended up DFAing guys at the end of the night. They have solely added here in what is really, I would say, a historic trade deadline for the Padres. They've had some others, but this one is right up there as well. So make your way in. We want to react to it all, as the Padres have pushed more of their chips into the middle in an effort to win a World Series for the first time in franchise history. We enter the day, I think, 80 subscribers shy of 9,000, or enter tonight 80 subscribers shy of 9,000. If we reach 9,000, that's incredible. So please subscribe, and please let people know we're live right now, and let's get as many people in here as possible. Subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button. We'll get to your super chats. We appreciate your support of this channel. We see a couple of supers have rolled in. Beaver Whiskers and the Beef, and I just saw one here from Vector. So we'll get to all of those super chats. Click the $ below the chat box if you support our work and want to see your comment on screen. I mean, Jim, we talked about it earlier for an hour. We talked about it then later for 4 hours. We'll talk about it for another hour here tonight. It's beginning to sink in what they have done here over the last, let's say, 12 hours. And they've positioned their club to certainly contend. From there, we'll see. But this club, which was heading for the postseason, of course, has to get to the postseason. And from there, I think is more of a contender today than they were just 24 hours ago.
By the way, the Reds lost tonight, so the Padres have a 4-game lead on the Reds for the final wild card spot in the National League.
How about that 8th inning where both teams scored 8 runs?
Dude, that was wild. That was crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, the Braves are up 11-3, and then I turned the game off, and I looked back. It was like 12-11. Like, what?
Insane.
Anyway, back to the Padres. It started a little rough this morning with the trade of Leo De Vries for Mason Miller and JP Sears, as far as testing every Padres fan's mental capacity. Like, okay, it's going to be those days, one of those days at the trade deadline. Not really knowing what the final outcome would be on all of the moves that AJ Preller would make. And if you just reacted and looked at the move in the morning with Leo De Vries, it would have been maybe not the best deadline, and a lot of people would have maybe questioned it. I don't think they would question, like, did the Padres get better? Like, yeah, they got better, but did they get better? Did they get, better to a point where you feel like, okay, this team is ready to, compete for a World Series? And then the rest of the morning happened, and then we led into the afternoon. And as soon as the trade deadline passed, and you saw the final picture that AJ Preller was painting here, how could you not love what AJ Preller did for the Major League club? I love it. He addressed every need. He added to strengths. He added to weaknesses, and he did everything that you could have asked for if you're a Padres fan. He addressed catcher. He got 2 bats, a left-handed bat and a right-handed bat. One of them was an all-star this year. One of them is a left fielder. He addressed their rotation, kind of. And he also added to the best bullpen in baseball with one of the best bullpen pieces that was out there. How could you not love what AJ Preller did today for the big league team?
At Random Man F, we are live. Some people might think we're not, because we did a show earlier and we did a 4-hour show later.
Live.
We are completely live. So get here. We're reacting in real time at 9:42 Pacific on this Thursday night. We're going to get to these super chats. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to subscribe, and thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. A couple of things became more clear to me today, and I've said this over the 5 hours we've talked. Mm-hmm. One is that Preller truly is fearless when it comes to the position he has, and I respect it. Doesn't mean it always works, but the more I watch him maneuver, the more I appreciate it. Doesn't make him perfect or the best, but I respect what he's trying to do. Secondly, I think he's firmly entrenched in this job. I don't care what his contract status looks like through 2026. I think a day like this only further takes me down the path that AJ Preller could be here for a much longer period of time beyond 2026. Of course, they're going to have to win and get to the postseason, and things do change. And to your point, how can you ask for more for now? I don't know about 2027. guess what? He'll rebuild the farm and flip players. I don't know, though. There'll be a day where Manny Machado is 37, not 33. Like, all these things are going to happen, right? I mean, there's headwinds. It's real. But, I mean, they can't take on salary. They didn't take on salary. They have to move players from their major league roster. They don't move players from their major league roster. I mean, I was a big advocate of keeping Dylan Cease. A lot of people here were not, and I respect that. I completely respect the idea that you thought the Padres had just as good of a chance, if not a better chance, to win a World Series without Dylan Cease. I just say he's going to give you the innings, and he could provide you quality in the postseason. I do firmly believe that. I think they need Dylan Cease. I think they need all these pieces, man. You're going to want Darvish to look like he did last postseason. You're going to want Cease to pitch better in the second half of the year. So I just respect the effort. And now I want to see if they can kind of finish the job. Not easy, by the way. Yeah, I know that the National League is open. Still not easy. I mean, potentially as having to play a road series in the wild card or not have home field potentially in later rounds. I mean, none of this is quote unquote easy, but I do think there is a path for the San Diego Padres. We'll see if they can take advantage of that path or not in the weeks ahead.
What's crazy is if you go back and watch our 2022 wrap-up shows at the deadline when they traded for Juan Soto, and Josh Bell, and Brandon Drury, and Jesus, Jim, why am I blanking on his name?
Who?
The closer. My brain just farted.
Josh Hader.
Jeez, man. It's been a long day. What did we say back then? We'll worry about 2025 when 2025 comes, right?
Yeah, exactly. And here we are. And they're really good.
We're in 2025, and guess what? They're potentially a better roster and a better team than they were in 2022. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, we'll worry about 2027 or maybe 2028 because there might be a lockout when that comes, right? And you know what? AJ Preller has proven that he can rebuild and he can retool and he can build up a farm system and can use those pieces to trade off for major league talent and, build around the core that they have right now. This won't be a forever thing. Right. This won't be us in 2027 or 2028 being like, screw it. Who cares about 2030? Right. There will be an end date to this. This is not Manny Machado in his prime for the next 30 years. So there will be an end date. But in the meantime, AJ Preller is doing everything he possibly can to win a World Series now before the end date. Because everybody's time comes in the sport. Manny's going to get older. Toddy's going to get older. Xander's getting older. Preller's not going to be here for the next 20 years, right? So do everything you can to win right now. And that's what AJ is doing. And I can't help but respect it because we have been talking about that since the day we started a wrap-up show and the day we started John and Jim. Try to win now. There have been times where we're like, a little bit prospect hugging. But at the end of the day, if Preller is doing these moves and giving the team that we're covering in the here and now the best chance to win and improving that team, how could you ask for anything more than that if you're a fan?
I see this very generous super, by the way, that has come in, and we'll
get to it.
React to them all. That's very, very kind from Jay. Thank you, man. And we're going to get to all of them. We appreciate you guys being here. Subscribe, and thank you for the super chats. Just click that $ below the chat box. We'll make sure to get to them all on screen. We just want to react here, and then we'll get to all of the super chats. Yeah, spot on. I said this today, and I stick by Machado's first ballot. I mean, dude, he's going to do some stuff. I was looking at some career numbers just the other day. I mean, he could be a top 10 all-time career hit guy in Major League Baseball in the history of the sport. Top 10. I mean, look at it. It's possible. Top 15 stuff. I mean, just crazy, ridiculous stuff that you haven't really, I can't even process right now. So he's going to be enshrined, and he's going to have his day. But he's got to win a World Series because it matters to him and it matters to us.
Matters to fans.
And it just matters. I'm not saying it's making Cooperstown doesn't matter. It does. Mm-hmm. But there's no way he'd be standing up there in 10 years or 15 years and saying, hey, I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish if he doesn't win a World Series. So, believe me, it matters. And this is a great chance to do it. And I don't know if there's a better chance moving forward. I think he's had good chances. He was on a Dodger team. Forget about that. He's been on good Padres teams. He's had some chances. I'm just saying moving forward, is there a better chance than now? That's unpredictable. Nobody knows if there's a better chance than now. So you got to take advantage. And I think Manny recognizes it. I'm seeing some of the quotes that he's talking about, how he needs to be at his best for this team to reach his full potential. I think he realizes that the only thing he's up against is time.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing he's really up against. And at one point, you're right, Manny Machado's not going to look like Manny Machado as of 2025 in 2030. So I hope it's now, because I just don't know if he's going to have a better chance than the one he's about to have here in the second half of this year. And he's going to need help. He's going to need a lot of help. It's not solely on Manny Machado to win a World Series. He needs help. And I think AJ Preller has been a pretty good helper to this point.
And what AJ Preller essentially sold him on in 2019 when they signed him was, we are going to be competing every single year, right? Obviously the money helped for sure, $300 million, but one of the first things that was said at that press conference was, hot talent lava, and the prospects, and how this organization is all about winning now. And ever since that moment, AJ Preller has tried to do everything he possibly could to win. Has it all worked? No. Has he won a World Series yet? No. But I can't ask for anything more than what he's done. He's really, after the 2021 season, it was like, okay, this ain't working, right? Dysfunction again inside the organization. You're going through another manager. The team revolted. Like, what are we doing here? And then 2022 happened. And ever since then, I think he has really changed as a GM. Like 2020, I know he overhauled and overpaid and over a lot of things. And he did a lot of things in 2020 that he has done the last 4 years, with all the trades that he's made and prospects that he's traded away. But I really think that, 2022, and especially last year, we'll see what happens this year, but last year was like a real big moment in AJ Preller's tenure of every move he made worked. And if the Padres team didn't choke in the playoffs, they probably are hoisting a World Series trophy, and I feel the same way about this team right now. Is AJ Preller has done his job. AJ Preller now can sit back, and the Padres players, they need to step up, and they need to take the bull by the horns here, and they need to get this thing done, because it's now on them. AJ's done his job. He's gone out. He's gotten the pieces that are needed. He has addressed every single need that this team had, right? He has upgraded. He has cut the fat. He's cut out the weak links, as he talked about today. Now it's up to the players. It's up to the team. And Manny Machado coming here in 2019, I bet he's sitting at his mansion in Coronado thinking to himself, like, couldn't have asked for anything more from a GM. This is exactly why I signed here, to be competing every year and to have somebody that's going to go to war for me, to battle for me, and to go out and try to win a World Series and do everything possible to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Padres organization, and that includes Preller, but also ownership, certainly under Peter, they lived up to their part of that bargain. Like, they weren't selling like fake goods or false hope to Manny Machado. It's all come to fruition. Now can it really come to fruition? And I would say, like, how many times in life do you have a chance at a do-over? I think 2024 is like, man, did they really squander that?
I know.
And now here we are in 2025. And they're going to have an equally good shot.
Like, are they better?
It'll play out.
It'll play out. On paper, are they better?
Like, they're going to have the equal shot. I mean, I say that statistically. I don't know if it's true. If they're a road team in a wild card series, that's a challenge. They might not even be a favorite to win that series. So that's on them to improve their standing, maybe in the National League over the next 50-something games. By the way, they're closer to the Dodgers than they are to the top wild card by a half game. Think about that. They're closer to the Dodgers than they are to the top wild card, and they're closer to the Dodgers than the Reds are to them in a race to get to the postseason. So it's now on the Padres to improve their standing. I do think it matters. It's not the end-all be-all. You could win a World Series as a 6 seed or get to one. I'd prefer to be a 2, 3, 4 than a 6. So it'll be interesting to see how they improve their standing, and then we're going to be talking about how they stack up against other teams in the National League. But that'll play out, in front of us. We'll see how they play against the Dodgers in August, and we'll see how they play against, the Mets at Citi Field in September. But yeah, I mean, listen, considering it's only July 31st, I think most Padres fans are pretty confident in the Padres' ability to contend once they get into the postseason, and they will get into the postseason. And if they don't, everything changes. All this is off. But I don't want to even go down that path right now because it's not worth entertaining because they're well positioned. And why go down that path when they've upgraded their team, not downgraded their team?
Yeah, I'm looking at this team on paper. Who knows what they're going to do, right? Last year's team was pretty good. I mean, they the second half that vaulted them to holy shit, they're World Series favorites here. Can this team do the same thing as last year's team in the second half to where we get to a point like we did last year and we're like looking at Vegas odds and they're the favorite to win the World Series? I mean, it's up to them now. It's up to them. AJ has given them the necessary resources. He has upgraded where he needed to upgrade, and it's on them to now go out there and produce. But I mean, I tell you what, John, I look at this roster. I thought last year's roster was pretty stacked. As far as like, hey, this team might have the best shot since '98 to win a World Series of any Padres team. This team on paper, I could argue it's better than last year's team on paper in the second half.
Especially if you can reach potentials like Michael King, Yu Darvish, Nick Pivetta, Dylan Cease. It really starts there probably for me. And then the lineup has completely changed. O'Hearn, Laureano. I mean, plus the big four you already had in your lineup. I mean, you're right. I think it's ceiling. The Padres ceiling now exceeds the ceiling that they probably had a year ago. Let's get to some of these super chats, guys. Over 600 of you are here live at 10 p.m. on this Thursday night. Everyone is excited. We all are as we react in real time. Please subscribe to this channel. That's all we ask. Let's get to 9,000 subscribers. And also appreciate the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. Beaver Whiskers, get us started here tonight. He's a member. Thank you for your membership. You can click join down below if you want to become a member. Also, thank you for the super chat. He says, get rich or die trying, which to me is I said it today, life is for living. You could say YOLO, right? You only live once. Preller is unique in this sport. You know, he's not fearful of losing his job, right? He's not fearful of what happens if Leo De Vries is good. He's not tonight putting his head down like, what if Leo De Vries hits 40 home runs in 2028? Not crossing his mind. No. He's thinking about his team. He understands that the roster churn is inevitable. He churns through this roster every year. It'll happen again. And I kind of agree. It's like 50-something years. It hasn't worked. Keep trying. Keep doing. Keep reinventing. And they're trying again. I don't know if it's going to work, but they're trying again.
Yep. I think, you know, what AJ Preller has done and what he continues to do is exactly what you want as a fan. I mean, if you're the Red Sox tonight, or you're a Red Sox fan tonight, you're livid. If you're a Cubs fan tonight, you're like, why didn't we go for it? Like, I mean, like, seriously, Cubs are having one of the best seasons since 2016. Probably the best season they've had since 2016, obviously, when they won the World Series. But, like, they might not have Kyle Tucker after this year. And what did they do at the deadline? They played it safe. They played it safe, and they're hedging. Preller never plays it safe. If he feels like he has a team that can contend for a World Series, he says, F them prospects, and he goes for it. And, man, if you're a Padres fan, like I said today on John and Jim, there are 29 other teams, fan bases out there that would die to have their general manager do what AJ Preller has done for the Padres.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's amazing to be in San Diego with AJ Preller as your general manager with these expectations and everything that's playing out with this organization in this exact time. This is a special time here, and this is a unique circumstance across the sport. I said it earlier today. It's like the Brewers deadline is trumped by the Green Bay Packers training camp. And even in a city like New York, and even a franchise like the Mets that plays second fiddle to the Yankees, you're starting to run into football, and there's so many other sports. San Diego is almost like unique into itself as the only city in America that only has a baseball team among its big four. And everyone is bought in and dialed in and excited, and that makes for crazy highs and absurdly low lows. And right now we're riding that high. We'll see if we can ride it out for the rest of the year. The Beef, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, I am in the acceptance stage with Leo. Miller's an animal. Our lineup is stacked. The race is on. And I love what AJ did today addressed every need. Get the Leo stuff. We can talk about it. There's stages of grief there. It hurts. The one thing I would say about Miller, everyone's like, you traded Leo for a closer. Controllable could be a starter. And Preller recognized it today. He didn't guarantee he'd be closing it. By the way, he's probably not closing games. It's going to be Robert Suarez closing games initially. But this guy could be starting in 2026. And I think that changes the conversation about what they did with their top prospect in Leo De Vries.
And I'll continue to go back to it. The Padres win a World Series this year or even next year. Guess what? When Leo De Vries hits 42 home runs for the Las Vegas A's in 2028, just watch, highlight videos of the Padres winning a World Series.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you got to sacrifice Leo De Vries for a World Series, I'm sacrificing Leo De Vries every day of the week. And if you don't agree with me, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because the main goal in any sport, in professional sports, is to win a championship. And if that's not your number one goal, then what are we doing? And that's why I appreciate the hell out of what AJ Preller has done since 2022, which is by any means necessary. And if it doesn't work, we'll figure it out on the other side. And if it does work, great. That's exactly what you want. But, have I fired AJ Preller multiple times in his career? Yes. Have I been critical of AJ Preller for the things that he has done? Yes. But you know what? Opinions can change, and they have definitely changed with AJ Preller. And over time, I think he has matured as a general manager. And I think he has now finally found that sweet spot, and he's found his lane. And, he is, I said today on John and Jim, like, he's not a rookie GM anymore. He's not going to get bullied. He is a veteran general manager. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants, and he's going to go out and get it. And it doesn't work all the time, but you know what? Maybe one of these times he hits on red.
It's like the more chances you give yourself, the more likely it is to happen. I mean, that's just what it is.
Yep.
That's just what it is. I mean, Houston got in a lot. They won. Dodgers get in a lot. Like, eventually you just break through, or you just have terrible luck. And I'll bank on them breaking through the more they get in. Vector, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says AJ's going for broke. Feels like his last push. I don't see it like that. I just don't. It doesn't mean I'm right. I just in covering it and watching it out in real time, the way they've won, they've never had this level of sustained success. Never, ever, ever, ever have they had a 4 or 5 year period of time like this in the history of the franchise. So why would he be on his last life, so to speak, as general manager? I mean, I agree that at some point you need to get to a World Series or win one. That seems like it makes sense, but I just don't think that the organization sees it the same way some of the fans see it when it comes to AJ Preller. I mean, I just completely disagree. I really do. And I could be wrong, but I just don't see it like that.
We said the same thing in 2022, right? Do we not?
Yeah, got it. Going for broke. Got to win.
Yep. And then obviously 2023 happened, which was a disaster. But, AJ rebounded in a huge way in 2024. Him and Mike Schilt are on the same page. And finally, he has a manager that, they don't clash. There's finally no dysfunction between the general manager and the manager of this team. There might be some other dysfunction inside the organization of other parts with the club, but the most important thing is the general manager and manager's relationship, and it couldn't be better.
Oh, I mean, Mike Schilt would be the first recommendation for AJ Preller in any line of work moving forward, and vice versa, probably.
Right.
E-Racing with Dale, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for the super. Guys, 700 of you are here live. We're 70 subscribers away from 9,000. Please subscribe. This might be your first time watching the channel. You might have not been here for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Please subscribe if you haven't. And thank you for the super chats. We'll get to all of them. We'll be here as long as we need to. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres within just a shattering historic day on the deadline here in 2025. Dale says, I retract my statement from earlier stream. AJ cooked, made us the most competitive, I think, in over 10 years. When we talked earlier, we were looking at an unfinished script. We didn't know. We didn't know how the story ended. And we still don't know how the story ends, but we know how the trade deadline ends. So I get the confusion and the fandom and the ups and the downs. Stay the course, trust in AJ, so to speak. And I think he finished it off really well. Again, could you argue some things here and there? Do you want to get rid of Kolek and Berger? Maybe not. Do you think the catcher they added upgrades them enough? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, that's fine. We can get into the particulars, but I think overall, on the whole, the roster's much more rounded out than it was yesterday.
I said this morning to end the show, you called me on it. I said if they go out and get a bat to pair with Mason Miller and JP Sears, I would say it's a home run.
Like, then you're going to say it.
Motherfucker got 2 bats. Actually, he got 3 bats, another starting pitcher, a catcher. Well, I'll say the 3 bats there. A utility guy in Will Wagner. Like, he said, hold my beer. Watch this. You want a bat? I'll give you 3. you want 1 starting? I'll give you 2. Like, he went out and just said, I am not going to be content until I fill and replace every weak hole on my roster. Because, and I didn't even see this because I was busy when I got home. We haven't really talked about it. The moves that they have made already since we got off the air at 6 p.m. DFAing Trent Brooks, DFAing Martin Maldonado to make spots in the team for the acquisitions. I'm sure the other moves that we'll see, pitchers being sent down and replaced and whatnot, but like, you see the vision now and it becomes more clear. Tyler Wade somehow like survived, which is crazy, but the vision is clear. AJ Preller went out and he got it all done. And for future deadlines, it's going to be, hey, just wait till he's done before we all react.
I've said this so many times. I had complete faith. It's always like, is there enough time? Can he do it? Yes, he can do it all. He's proven it. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but he can get all that stuff done. Chris Cruz, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, big fans, fellows. I love what you do. Hugo Carter Cruz. Thank you, man. We appreciate you saying that. Let people know what we're doing each and every day, in season, out of season here on the wrap-up show. I think we're about 64 subscribers away right now from 9,000. That's a huge number, guys. And the Padres have as good of a fans as there are, obviously. I mean, this is an absurd fan base, 3-point-something million coming to Petco. Please subscribe to this channel and let people know about this channel. Let's get to 9,000 subscribers tonight. Juan, appreciate you. He says the front office did their part. Time to grind. And I do think they're positioned for it. Veteran core. I think they know what they're getting into here. Tatis, Machado, Bogarts, Arise, right? I mean, you guys have been through it. You think about it, Darvish, King, Cease. Like, you guys have been through it. And they do need to play well. I think it's a favorable schedule. I really do. In the second half of the year, I think it sets up beautifully. Not to play perfectly, but to play more than well enough. The landmines are not that significant. A couple of series against the Dodgers, they'll go to Citi Field. There'll be some series in there that they will be tested, certainly. They still have to play Cincinnati 3 times, but it's very manageable. When you think of the teams that sold off at the deadline and the fact that the Padres still have to play those teams a lot moving forward, including the Colorado Rockies, but St. Louis even coming up, which sold off, and then Arizona. I think it's a very manageable schedule that sets up probably pretty well for the Padres in the second half.
Yeah, I do. I think looking at the August schedule 2 weeks ago, it looks so much different now, right? Like, it looks so much different than it did 2 weeks ago. The Giants, they waved the white flag. Their season is done. Cardinals, they waved the white flag. Their season is done. The Twins, they traded everybody. Their season is done. The Diamondbacks, they waved the white flag. Their season is done. The only teams that are going to be like competing and have visions of winning a World Series that you're going to play in August are the Dodgers, the Red Sox, and the Mariners. That's it. And then in September, you play the Reds, which you're 4 games up on. So we don't even know what they're going to look like in September. You play, who else do you play? You play the Mets and you play Milwaukee at the last homestand of the year. Milwaukee might have already wrapped things up. We don't know. They could be competing for a division title, so they'll probably go all out. But like, that's it. Everybody else, either their season's over or their team sucks.
It's a great point. And they've played really well against bad teams. I mean, as they were constructed, they had played. So there's no reason to think that all of a sudden you're going to play 30 of your final 50 against quote unquote, below average teams. And all of a sudden you're going to fall on your face. I mean, it can happen. It is baseball, but they should play well against the teams they should play well against. Then we'll see if they play better against the better teams in Major League Baseball. Kai, I appreciate you, man. For the Super Chat, guys, if you are here, thank you for the supers. We'll get to all of them, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. We have gotten to about 60 subscribers shy of 9,000, so thank you. Please subscribe if you're here. He says, dumb question, but any chance you can bring Maldonado back for September call-ups? Seems like a good clubhouse guy. They'll have 3 catchers in September. You can add 2 players to a roster. Martin Maldonado was designated. That does not mean he leaves the organization. Who is claiming him? Let me answer that. No one. So because he won't be claimed, he can accept an assignment to the minor leagues, which means he could be back 1 month from tomorrow. So I do wonder about his future, at least in the regular season with the Padres, because I do believe 3 catchers is pretty typical today in baseball come September when rosters expand from 26 to 28, and it gives you more flexibility from a managing perspective. And I would anticipate the Padres would plan to have 3 catchers a month from tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be people in that clubhouse that are going to be disappointed to see Martin Maldonado go, especially on the 100%. Pitching side. But it's not like they're losing Manny Machado. They'll survive and recover. And man, this clubhouse is going to be juiced tomorrow when they walk in those doors and all those new players are there. And you're like, holy shit, AJ got all-star, having a great year, upgraded catcher, new starting pitcher. Like, this team is, and they didn't lose anybody of significance. They didn't trade Cease. They didn't trade Suarez. Some like key pieces to your team, even though Cease is having a bad year, right? They made upgrades without changing their current roster, something that we were kind of hoping that they would do, as early as yesterday. Like, we're like, okay, fine, this is it. They need to just add to this team after they won 5 in a row. You see where they're at. Just add, don't subtract to create problems for yourself. And they did that. And I couldn't be happier for Padres fans.
Yeah. They didn't. It wasn't a little bit of selling, a little bit of buying. No, stop with that. You know what? No, live your life unafraid. And that's what they did here today. Chris, thank you, man, for following up with the super chat. We're going to tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, in a moment. I want to get to these very generous supers, though. Before we do that, I see this one from Jay from earlier, E-Racing with Dale. Really appreciate you guys. But Chris wants to know, how does Miller fit in with the 5 horsemen, so to speak, or the 5 guys, 8th or 9th inning? And I mean, I think that he's going to have chances in both the 8th and 9th innings. I think they want to rotate through their high leverage relievers in the second half of the year to keep them fresh for October, which means I think you'll see Mason Miller have save opportunities. I think you'll have Robert Suarez get save opportunities. I think you'll have a night where Jason Adams doesn't have to pitch with a lead. It could be Mason Miller, and so on and so forth. You get the point. And I think there'll be nights we see all 5 of them. I agree with that point, but I think we'll see Miller in a variety of roles. And I would assume initially, Jim, like day one, it's more in an 8th inning capacity than a 9th inning capacity from day one, because they have Robert Suarez, but we'll see.
By the way, how have we not seen this yet? Bro, it's not the 5 horsemen. It's not 5 guys. The name has been out there the whole time since they acquired Miller.
Miller time.
No. Easiest name in the world. Easiest nickname in the world for this back end for the 5 guys. It's not 5 guys. It's not 5 horsemen. Dude, it's the Fab 5.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the name. Like that. It's the Fab 5.
Yep. I like that. I think he'll fit in. I think he fits in well. I mean, his ERA is a little higher than you'd expect from a guy that strikes out as many batters as he strikes out. But I think he'll fit in beautifully. And I think that, again, coupling him with Ruben Niebla and the back end of this bullpen, and Petco Park, by the way, which is not Sacramento, And I think there's reasons to believe he can be really successful. All right, can we get some clap emojis in the chat? Jay, thank you for your patience, by the way, because we saw the super a while ago, but I like to get to them in order. Very generous. Appreciate you. I'm about to get to this one from you racing with Dale. Appreciate both of you guys. Appreciate everyone here tonight, by the way. Jay, thank you. And he says AJ made the necessary moves to stay competitive the next 2 years. Love the moves he made, LFG, SD. And I do agree with that. I think when you start looking at 2026, Jim, and I don't necessarily need to do it today, but I think it's worthy of a conversation. They feel better positioned now because the players they acquired are all under control in 2026 other than Ryan O'Hearn. So they've added some pieces that will be with them in all likelihood in 2026. 2 already, a core that maybe is aging, but I think 2026 sets up well. I don't know how well, but I think 2026 sets up well for the Padres.
I do too. They addressed the needs for this year and acquired players that are under team control for a long time. Everybody but Ryan O'Hearn. Mm-hmm. That's what AJ loves to do. Is he loves to acquire players that not only can help you in the here and now, but are under team control for multiple years. Right. And that's what he did. So I think it's just, I continue to say, I mean, it's a complete home run.
Jay, thank you, man. Seriously.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the super. Appreciate it.
E-Racing with Dale, thank you as well. More clap emojis in the chat.
Let's go.
As Padres fans, are celebrating how this played out today, and we'll see if we're going to be celebrating with how it plays out on field in the days ahead and weeks ahead as well. But he says, John and Jim, thank you for all you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. You guys are here year-round. Love and appreciate you guys unconditionally. Super kind, man.
Thank you.
Super kind.
We really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. We're here for you guys, even the lame Dodger trolls in the chat right now. That have nothing better to do with their lives. We're here for all Padres fans, and we're going to be like how. So you woke up at 8 a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m. You woke up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Like 6+ hours of our day today have been dedicated to content for Padres fans.
And of course, the other hours have been dedicated to consuming the content to then relay to Padres fans.
Yeah, get ready to give you content.
Yeah, I mean, you're not kidding. Because from 7 a.m. on, man,
I've been glued.
I mean, you're just fully consumed, fully. I mean, shoot, before 7 a.m., I got up, right, used the restroom in the middle of the night, scroll, right? Yeah. Did they make a move at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern? No, but they struck and they struck and they struck and they struck and they struck. We're going to get back to all these super chats. Do want to thank our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. He's been with us since day one of the wrap-up show, believe it or not, on YouTube. 4 years with Mark with us. Great insurance agent. Take that from us. I've got 3 insurance policies through Mark: homeowners, life, earthquake. He does auto. He does home. He does renters. He does everything. If you have any insurance need, trust us. He's got great service and communication. Lifelong Padres fan, native San Diegan. Been with us since day one. He's a diehard. Click the link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Call Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres, probably more than your insurance, truthfully. But then he'll talk to you about your insurance as well. And then if you ever need him, he's going to be there for you. I had to file a claim a couple of years ago, and he took care of so much for us, saved us so much time, so much money. So if you have an insurance need, before you renew with your current insurance agent, get in contact with Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor, and click that link in the description down below.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker down below there. mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you. I didn't realize, John, we had so many Dodger fans watching us tonight. Man.
It's fine. Let it be.
I love it. Hey. Great.
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. JDMLSR2000, thank you. He says, and this is an interesting perspective and viewpoint. The view from post-trade deadline. What a blessing for Padres fans that Sasaki chose the Doyers over the Padres at the end of January. Interesting. I don't know if I can definitively make that statement. I do feel great about the way Nick Pivetta has thrown. And obviously, Sasaki has missed most of his first year in the major leagues to this point, would be a caveat, is what I would say. He's expected to return. But I do think 2025 probably turns out better, or has turned out better for the Padres with them missing out. I don't know about 2026, 2027 and beyond, but I think it's a fair comment.
Yeah, sometimes the best moves are the moves you don't make. Sometimes the best trades are the trades you don't make. You could argue that not signing Roki Sasaki was a blessing in disguise. That it ended up leading you down the path of signing Nick Pivetta, and Nick Pivetta has turned out to be an amazing addition for you, right? So yeah, and then you could also look at like, we'll see what happens with Dylan Cease. He's got to prove a lot, here in the second half, but not trading Cease. Hopefully, you hope that it turns out to be, the best trade you didn't make. So we'll see. But as of right now, yeah, I think you could say that it's kind of a blessing in disguise in the here and now, obviously, that Roki didn't sign with the Padres.
Yeah, you could say it. You could absolutely say it. I agree. Jared, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here, your membership, and supporting the channel with the super chat. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. You're on
Welcome
content
back.
4.
I don't think he's been in here for a while.
I know, so good to see you. But if you're here, subscribe, and if you're here, thank you for the super chats. We'll get to all of them. He says he doesn't like Mason Miller starting. That's Tommy John waiting to happen. I mean, listen, there's a huge difference between starting and working an inning as a max effort guy. I mean, huge. But there's been examples, countless examples of guys going from bullpens to rotations and vice versa. So I think it's something to entertain. I'm not saying it's a inevitability or he'd automatically be a top tier starter in the National League or a front of the rotation starter for the San Diego Padres, but I think they'll absolutely consider it. And I don't know if it's for 2026 or later than that, but I think it's something that they probably forecast as a possibility for them.
Well, the good news is don't have to worry about him becoming a starter this season.
Mm-hmm.
Those are problems, and those are things to talk about for next year. In the here and now, I love the fact that they got a guy at the back end of their bullpen that throws 104 miles per hour that they can go to in a late game situation, and he strikes out everybody. He's got to work on his ERA. He's got to work on those types of things. But in the here and now, yeah, that's a big weapon to have in your bullpen.
Huge. Completely agree. Can you share the lineup that you shared on social media earlier now that the Padres have added those Baltimore sluggers?
Are you okay over there? Is John's internet? Are you?
I think is my internet suck?
You're like frozen.
Am I?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're kind of frozen.
I'll be back.
Okay. No, you're fine now. Ish.
I pay a lot of money for my internet, and it kind of sucks, to be honest.
You have Cox?
No.
Stop. Hold on. This is awesome. 5x114 has just become a new member of the channel, and he has also gifted 5 people new memberships to the wrap-up show. Wow.
Let me explain what members get, because you're going to get custom emojis that you can use in the stream. And those emojis are kind of cool. Like there's one with like Jim's head in there, or like Jim's an idiot, or something about Mike Schilder, Xander Bogaerts, or Manny Machado. So you get emojis, you get badges, which will change based on how many months you're a member. You get some custom content as well. So we could start a membership train here. If you want to become a member, click join down below. If you want to gift memberships like 5 times 114, you can do that as well by clicking the join button down below. But 5 of you have become members because of 5x114, who's a member as well. So we appreciate you, man. Very kind.
All right. Here are the people that have been gifted memberships. SD Padres Mark, congratulations. Cody Jensen, 9781, congratulations. Deadbeat Sports Dad, congratulations. Dose Mafia 9531, congratulations. And congratulations to Calvin Evangelista. Calvin Evangelista. Congratulations. You are now a member of the wrap-up show. That's awesome.
Good stuff. All right, let's get to this. We'll get back to all these. Let's get to this Padres lineup.
Okay, so I put out this lineup today, and it got met with a lot of, what are you talking about? What? Ryan O'Hearn wasn't hitting that part of the lineup. You're an idiot. You don't know baseball. Like, I was like, okay. And then it was funny because MLB Network, 5 hours later, posted the exact same lineup. So here's the lineup, all right? It probably won't be this, and it could change, obviously. But tell me what you guys think of this lineup, all right? Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting leadoff in right field. Luis Urias at first base hitting second.
Luis Urias?
Dude, my brain is fucked. Sorry. Luis
They
Urias.
traded for like their 2019 number 2 prospect.
We're going back in time, everybody. Luis Urias, sorry, hitting second, playing first base. Manny Machado hitting
Machado.
third. Yeah, they have Machado hitting third. Jackson Merrill, Xander Bogaerts, Ryan O'Hearn is your DH. Ramon Laureano is your left fielder. Jake Cronenworth hitting eighth at second base, and Freddie Fermin at catcher hitting ninth. What do you guys think? Huh?
You hate his name.
Did I say his name wrong again?
You said it right, but you hate his name.
I hate it because it shouldn't be Fermin. It's Furman.
Well, he's from Venezuela, dude. He ain't from like.
It looks like it's pronounced Furman. I get it. It looks like it's pronounced Furman. You can't look at it and say it doesn't look like Furman, right?
It does. It looks like Furman.
Yes, it's Fermin. Sorry.
I mean, the lineup is so much better. I mean, to have Gavin Sheets potentially on your bench, or to one of those, I don't know, O'Hearn, Laurie, I don't even know the scenarios because my mind is all over the place too. But like to have a legitimate slugger on your bench that can hit for power as opposed to, I don't know, Martin Maldonado right. Or Tyler Wade.
Yeah.
Like that's a significant upgrade. Again, I don't know if they have the world's best bench, but their bench is better and it's probably good enough because I think their lineup has gone from kind of mid, improving certainly over the last couple of weeks to like, I think it's a good lineup. Now, I don't think it's like baseball's best lineup, but with their pitching, you don't need baseball's best lineup. You need a good lineup, and they have a good lineup to pair with elite pitching. That combination is a really good one.
And now their bench is Tyler Wade, Gavin Sheets, who's going to get starts. He's not just going to go to the bench. He's going to get starts. He'll get a platoon potentially with Ramon Laureano, righties and lefties. Okay. Then you got Jose Iglesias and Elias Diaz. Am I missing anybody? Oh, Bryce Johnson. Can they have fine? One of them's got to go.
It's an upgrade. Is the point.
Yeah, one of them's going to go because they're not going to have 5 players on their bench, right?
Well, they have, because no, with their DH, they want to have 5 players on the bench, right? They'll have 13 position players and 13 pitchers.
That's my guess. So my guess would be Tyler Wade gets DFA'd.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Bryce Johnson, Jose Iglesias, Gavin Sheets, and Elias Diaz. Those are your 4 bench pieces right there.
And they sent Will Wagner to AAA.
Right. So he's down in the minors.
Yep.
We're getting new members left and right here. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Let's get a little bit of like a train going here with the new members. Click join down below. You get the emojis, you get the badges, you get the content. We'll be with you all season long, off season too. So if you're here, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. 54 subscribers away from 9,000.
Got to get 9K tonight.
We said the karma, guys, we said we wanted to get to 9,000 post-trade deadline that night. And we're like, we don't know if it's going to happen or not. Well, let's get to 9,000 subscribers. I mean, come on. With everything going on right now, let's get to 9,000 subscribers. Ricky Thompson, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, AJ traded Kimbrel with control. What happened with those prospects we got? LOL. Prospects rankings are a crapshoot. 100% crapshoot. Doesn't mean some don't pan out. Some become Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado. Others become out of baseball, never to be heard from again, with no relevancy in the sport. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to predict. You can absolutely get burnt, or you can look like a genius. But AJ's not. He hasn't won every trade in his career. He's lost trades. He's won trades. We'll see how he does. But if Leo De Vries is a good player, that's okay. Padres can be good with Leo De Vries being a good player. So hopefully the Padres are really good, even if Leo De Vries is really good.
Par Threes Club has just gifted 5 new Padres wrap-up show memberships. Congratulations to Mr. B69 or B9613, Ben 1983, M7J, Padres Kid Report, T Money 51691, and Ruben Vasquez 554. Congratulations, you have just been gifted a membership by Par Threes Club.
Amazing. And thank you. And if you want to do the same as Par Three's Club, click the join button down below. You can gift memberships, you can become a member, and you get the custom emojis and badges and content. We appreciate you guys. And I just feel like it's good karma.
Jared has just gifted, and Par Three's Club has just gifted more memberships. They are just rolling in right now. Everyone gets a membership tonight, guys.
It's like Oprah. You get a membership.
You get a membership, and you get a membership, and you get a membership. Mike Miller, Key 50 Bob 619. Maria, congratulations. You've been gifted a membership.
Let's go.
She's a longtime viewer of the wrap-up show, good friend of the show. Ethan James, congratulations. You've all received memberships. Psalm Surfer 6222, Brick JC 5617, congratulations. Richard Flores 8395, it's Chili, congratulations. Nikki Nugget, congratulations. Yeah, holy moly. Memberships flying left and right. Congratulations,
let's keep them coming.
guys.
Yeah. You mentioned Maria, longtime viewer. Mike Miller, longtime viewer as well. We appreciate you guys that have been with us, whether it's your first day or you've been with us since day one or somewhere in between. We appreciate you all. All right, let's continue on here. Subscribe, support the content. Thank you for the super chats. Click the $sign below the chat box. My internet, I think, might be a little.
They are picked at random, by the way. When members of the channel,
YouTube
memberships, it's a randomization, and it randomly picks viewers or subscribers to our channel to get memberships. So congratulations on that.
No Dog, thank you for the super. He says, props from Reno. Thanks for your work, Go Padres. Appreciate you watching from Reno, Nevada on this Thursday night. Very kind of you to say. Ben 1983, thank you for the generous super chat. He says, thank you for the great commentary today, fellas. What a day. Question: if the catcher calls the pitches, does bringing in the new guy, the Furminator, I love that, pose a risk to our pitching approach / strategy? This is what I would say. They did their deep dive on this dude. Like, AJ was very complimentary. He's worked with Salvador Perez now for multiple years, right? Hasn't gotten the same acclaim, but comes with high acclaim, even though his numbers have been very average offensively. He's been probably below average by Major League Baseball standards, but for a catcher, maybe he's been an average offensive catcher. But I think he gets good remarks, Jim, for his game calling and defensive makeup. And that's something that matters a lot to the Padres because they win games often with pitching as opposed to hitting. And you can win 2-1. He doesn't have to hit 2 home runs in a game. If he calls a game, win 2-1.
And the thing with Fermin is he's not like a 22, 23-year-old, 24-year-old catcher. He's a 30-year-old catcher. He's been in the big leagues a long time. And AJ was, ranting and raving about this guy after the trade deadline today during his press conference. They wouldn't have done what they did today at the catcher position if they didn't feel confident and they didn't get the okay from, the staff and Schilt, and they gave them the okay. So again, while I think they overpaid to get him, I would have preferred to keep the depth of Bergert and Kolek. Hopefully Fermin turns into, a fan favorite and produces and contributes and, controls the pitching staff. And, hopefully he's an upgrade over what they had in all facets, and we'll see.
Dude had a 3-WAR season last year. The Ferminator had a
Ferminator.
And he's under control through 2029. So yeah, they gave up a good amount, but I think they believe he'll be a part of their future. A late bloomer, which happens with catchers, which is another reason not to count on Ethan Salas necessarily as your primary catcher anytime soon. Live Strong 21.
Par Three's Club has gifted 5 more memberships, by the way.
Okay.
Congratulations,
amazing.
Rocket A2, SDO Mar 619. Ain't Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations to Gutter Matt 6955 and Jacob Swizer. Congratulations. You're now new members of the wrap-up show.
Can we get all 750 people here live to become members by the end of the night? What will that take to get everyone in the chat a member of the wrap-up show tonight? Pars 3, appreciate you. Everyone that's here supporting with the memberships and the gifting and the supers, appreciate you all. Just a wild day for Padres fans. Just a historic day, truthfully, when it comes to a trade deadline. Live Stronger, thank you, man, for your super chat. He says, I was pessimistic with the moves AJ made earlier, but now I understand his mindset after the rest of the moves. Let's ride. And that was my thought process earlier. And I think that's played out, Jim. Look at the fan base. We did the grades today on social media. What grade would you give the Padres at the deadline? Everyone overwhelmingly has given them either an A or a B. And I understand, okay, if it's not an A, maybe it can be a B. I'm talking about 9 in 10. That's a crazy percentage of people saying that they basically won the trade deadline. They get high marks. So listen, earlier, Jim, there was a lot of pessimism and questioning. I think as the day went on, people, I don't know if they changed their tune, but they feel much better about it once they saw the entirety of the day play out.
Yeah, if we are just reacting to every trade in a vacuum, we would get every emotion and we'd be all over the place and whatnot. But you have to look at all the deals together. Like you mentioned today, it's like you got to wait till the painting's finished before we completely judge it. And started out a little rocky. You didn't know where the painting was going to go this morning. You're like, why are you doing that? Like, whoa, stop. What are you doing? Right. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, it's like watching a Bob Ross video and you're watching him paint. You're like, what's he painting? And at the very end, you're like, holy shit, that's awesome. We'll see if, the painting ends up selling for $1 million. But the thing is, on first glance, like, I just don't see how you could give a grade other than an A for what Preller did. We talked a little bit. The reason why to me it's not an A plus is because I didn't particularly like the Fermin deal because I mean Kolek and Berger, like those guys have helped your team out, and I always want to have as much depth in your rotation as possible. But I think everything else and the Leo De Vries stuff, it's going to take some time. But I see the vision, and if it makes your bullpen better and even more lights out, then that's awesome. And then the Rhino Hearn and the Laureano trade just pushed everything over the top for me.
Yeah, the reason it's hard for it to be an A plus for me is probably just seeing the name Leo De Vries elsewhere. But guess what? We found out 12 hours ago, just over. The world's still spinning. He's playing for the Lansing Lugnuts now. He's making play. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's going to be okay. They've had other top prospects before. They will again. And it doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player. It's not to discount or discredit Leo De Vries. It's just to say this is the business of baseball. And that's how AJ Preller operates as well. Rocket Skates, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, was AJ Preller actually creative this deadline? Right. So much talk of the C word, what that meant for the Padres. I would say yes, because people thought Leo De Vries was untouchable. And I would also say that he didn't, the way he did it, Jim, he didn't add salary. That's creative. How do you make these moves without adding salary? Miller makes nothing. Sears makes nothing. The guys they got from the Orioles don't make a lot. Milwaukee paid down. We haven't even mentioned Nestor Cortez one time. Not once.
No, I know.
That money was paid down potentially by Milwaukee. It's just like the creativity part of it is like you got players that help you that aren't making $15 million a year like Luis Robert Jr. That's the thing. The distinguishing factor is they didn't acquire a player that's making more than like $5 million a year.
Yeah. He was creative this deadline. You traded 6 players away to the Orioles for O'Hearn and Laureano. You got to get creative to do that. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Trading Leo De Vries is a risk, but creativity there was on display. I was watching on the way home Ken Rosenthal, little Kenny, Sinister Sling Kenny, talk about how that trade went down with the A's. And initially, the A's did not want to trade Mason Miller.
Right.
Even with Leo De Vries as the star of that deal, they needed way more. And it took them a while before they accepted. So even just Leo De Vries straight up would not have got that deal done. They wanted more for Mason Miller.
Yeah, I mean they gave up a lot. They gave up more. I
Like,
mean, people are Braden Nett is one of their top pitching prospects. They gave up two other pitchers in that. Didn't I got JPC? They got controllable players
right.
in that. You're right. I mean, I completely agree. I don't think it would have been a straight swap of Miller for De Vries. I think the Padres had to add more.
Yeah, and even if the A's, they're awful. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. But it's being reported that going into the deadline, even as the A's are, I guess, considered sellers, like they did not want to sell off Mason Miller. But AJ was persistent and he just chipped away to finally where he got to a point where he got a controllable pitcher, a controllable starting pitcher in JP Sears, and a controllable closer, potentially starter in the future in Mason Miller.
It's a fine line between like asking someone out a lot and being a stalker.
Right.
But in this instance, it's kind of part of the job, and it also is like his. That's like the perception, right? That's the stereotype on Preller, and I mean, it came to fruition. Obviously, I read that from Ken Rosenthal today, and I found that really interesting as well. We're going to get to all these super chats, guys. We're 49 subscribers away from 9,000, which is unbelievable. So if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to subscribe, and also if you want to become a member, as so many have here tonight, click that join button down below. If you want to support the super chat and see your comment on screen, you can click the $sign below the chat box.
By the way,
yeah,
we're trying to get 1,000 likes tonight. It helps the algorithm,
Ooh.
helps us out. Let's get to 1,000 likes. If you're watching right now, we have almost 800 people in the chat at 10:39 p.m. on a Thursday night. All we're asking is to hit that like button and subscribe, but hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, okay, but hit the like button and it helps us out, helps the algorithm out. We're trying to get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 likes on the show tonight. Padres has made like a million trades today, and the Padres right now are viewed as a definite contender for the World Series. Of course you're happy. Of course you're excited. Hit that like button. Let's go.
And subscribe. Luke, appreciate you, man. He says this is the golden age of the Padres. Feels good, man. I mean, that's how I see it. I know that they haven't had their best team in the 2020s as of yet. Like, you can't argue with 98 or 84. You can't be like, well, this NLDS team was better than the 98 Padres. I mean, you could think it. I can't change your opinion. I can't tell you how to, opine on it, so to speak. But, let's be honest. Their best teams came, last century. But that doesn't mean their best team isn't to come. And I do think that this run that they're on is basically a one-of-one run. They haven't had a run like this in Padres franchise history, and hopefully continues. AJ said it today. I mean, this is the expectation from ownership to be vying for postseason bursts and deep postseason runs year in and year out. And I believe it based on, the money and the resources that they've thrown to it.
They're on the verge, if they continue to play good baseball, they're on the verge of being in the postseason for the last 6 years. That's never happened in franchise history.
Right.
So,
pretty good.
The one thing that Peter said is that he wants this to be the decade of the Padres. That won't fully stick until they win a World Series, in my opinion.
Sure.
But as of right now, they are doing everything right to make sure that those words stick. All they got to do now is just win the whole fucking thing.
I agree. Fran Shamasha, thank you for the super. He says, what are the chances to finish 162? Virtually impossible. That's 40 and 13 to finish. That's near 800 baseball. 95 and 67. That would be 35 and 18. And that, of course, is possible. That's just outside. That's just under 667 baseball. Of course, that's great baseball, but it is possible. I think 800 baseball is almost impossible, although we saw an amazing run from the Padres last year, but although not an 800 clip, not at a 750 clip at 43 and 19. So, I mean, the top of to me, tell me if I'm wrong, Jim. The top of the ceiling, even at the highest of highs on a night like tonight, is 93 to 95 wins in my estimation. And I'm not saying they get there. I'm just saying that to me is reaching a ceiling, and beyond there, you're like rarefied air with the way you finish. And you're probably better than you finished last year.
Yeah, that's the top. They would have to literally play out of their mind to get to 100 wins. I don't think that's possible. I don't think 95 wins is possible. I think 90 to 94 wins is absolutely obtainable. But that would still mean they have to play some really good baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just go through August and play like 3 games over and expect to win 95 games unless you just rip through September and are the hottest team in baseball. They're gonna have to play consistently good. They're gonna have to take the last 5 games where they have played really good baseball and parlay that into an August run here in the dog days that leads you into a stretch run in September, and just kind of do what they did last year, where it felt like in the second half they were on autopilot of winning every possible game. You know,
I mean, they might be heading for a 93 win year. Still, they'd have to play very well to do that, but they may be heading for a near identical regular season to 2024. Guys, if you are here, good news. We have a great offer for you going on right now with our friends over at SeatGeek. How about $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more at SeatGeek? And we do want to thank them because you just got to use that promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. You heard me right. We've come through for you guys. Use the promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Get $20 off your first order of $50 or more. Just click the link in the description down below. You'll download the app. You have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. And we do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. But, I mean, get to Petco tomorrow. Support this team. I mean, the crowds are going to be insane this weekend against St. Louis. You can get in with fees for $55 a ticket in Section 306. Think about that. $55 a ticket means a pair of tickets, $110. Take $20 off with the promo code. You're inside on a Friday night for $90, enjoying this brand new team. And you can take advantage of that with our friends at SeatGeek. Click the link in the description down below and use the promo code PADSWRAP.
And the great thing about SeatGeek, it's MLB's official ticket marketplace. So your tickets, they're fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. All you got to do and check out is use our promo code PODSWRAP for your first order to get $20 off at SeatGeek.
All right, guys. Well, we've gotten to the point where we are 42 subscribers away from 9,000. Let's do it live here tonight on the wrap-up shows. We continue to roll on and react. We're going to get to all of your super chats. We love reacting to your comments. Thank you again for the memberships. I'll roll through them as I see them here, as we've talked about with 5 times 114. And Jared again with the super. Thank you, man. He says, you guys missed me at all. Been busy lately, but hey, yes.
Yeah, you're a mod,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, dude. We need you in here. I think we probably need more mods, but we absolutely need you here, and we appreciate you. You brought this up earlier, but thank you again for gifting those memberships. If you want to do the same, click join down below. We appreciate you. Mr. B, appreciate the super chat. You guys ever seen Blood In, Blood Out? I heard the character Popeye was based 100% on your average Dodger fan. Jokes aside, they're obsessed with San Diego. Yeah, I haven't seen anything, so I haven't seen it.
Here's the, at least for me personally, I can't speak for all Padres fans or, you know, anything. Like me personally covering the Padres, I could not tell you what the Dodgers did at the deadline today. I'm not kidding. I could maybe guess, but I really don't truly know all the moves the Dodgers made at the deadline. You know why? Because at this moment in time, I don't care about the Dodgers. Like, I care about the Dodgers because they're in the Padres division and the Padres play the Dodgers, but I'm not obsessing over the Dodgers like Dodger fans are obsessing over what the Padres are doing. It's crazy how I see so many Dodgers fans, and maybe it's the same with a lot of Padres fans and I just don't see it. But from my perspective, dude, there are, and we see it in our chat and we see it on YouTube and in our mentions, there are so many Dodger fans that consume more of their time worried about what the Padres are doing than what their favorite team, the Dodgers, are doing. It's wild to me.
It's well said. Yeah, it's well said. I mean, listen, it all matters. I mean, I'll care if the Dodgers and Padres meet again in the postseason, which would be epic. They'd be meeting for a 4th time in 6 years. But right now, it's like, we'll see how they match up on field the next time they meet, which is going to be in a couple of weeks in August. Thank you to Kwan Bibi or Bebe. I don't know how to say that, but thank you, man, for becoming a member. We appreciate you very much.
You said his name was Steve. if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I might
Or
have
Steve.
seen
Or
it.
Steve. Thanks, Steve.
If it's not, sorry, your name's Steve now.
You're Steve. Rodrigo, appreciate you with the super chat. He says, thoughts on Fermin. Numbers look average, age at glance, but Royal fans seem to be overwhelmingly devastated to lose him. And I think that says a lot. I think it says a lot that you're coming from an organization like Kansas City, which is known for their catching pedigree, specifically with Salvador Perez. And he put together a very solid overall year in 2024. And 30 is not old for a catcher at all, like not at all. So I think he's in his prime. I think he's got plenty of time to continue to grow into certainly the Padres organization.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I mean, it's not going to be worse, okay, at the plate. And there's reasons to believe it could be better. So let's see. Let's see what it means. Let's see what type of impact he can make on this pitching staff and defensively, and if he can provide some type of life to the offense out of the catching position.
Sorry, it's Scott. My bad. His name is Scott, not Steve. Sorry, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Scott. How long have we talked about this year? Like, if the Padres just had a like almost league average catcher offensively, how much would it do for this team? Well,
a lot.
Now you got a league average catcher, about not quite there offensively, but almost there offensively. In Fermin. So we're gonna see. And then you also add on top of that O'Hearn and Laureano. Like, I'm very encouraged about this lineup going forward. And you know what? Of course, they're gonna score 0 runs on Friday night. You watch.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna see him score for a while. No, I'm kidding. No, they won't. No.
But I think it would be such a Padres thing to do after the trade deadline. They go out and put like 1 run on the board, go 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and lose 5-1 to the Cardinals.
It would. I just feel like they've gotten going. They've won 5 straight. That's not going to continue forever. But I just feel like they're pointed in the right direction. I mean, it is now the stretch run post deadline. Let's see. I think they can play well. Hopefully, moving forward. Tristan, appreciate you with the super chat. He says, this is a complete troll job. I think he's kidding. Fire AJ Preller. He ruins our farm every year because everyone wants to see an Inland Empire parade or a Fort Wayne or San Antonio or nobody.
Are you really paying that much attention to what Lake Elsinore is doing this year, Tristan?
I think he's kidding. And
I think it's a troll job.
Me too. Par Threes Club, thank you again for becoming the member. As we've appreciated all your gifted membership.
He's gifted 5 more memberships in our chat. He is just gifting left and right. So everybody give clap emojis right now in the chat for Par Threes Club. I like the handle, by the way. Par 3 Club, very good. We love it. We love it.
Appreciate you, man. If you want to become a member, you can click that join button down below. You get the custom emojis and the badges. Sandy, appreciate the super. Gringo Jim, any chance arises the bench bat, runners in scoring position less than 2 outs, guaranteed ball in play? No.
No.
There is no chance. There is no chance of that.
0 chance. But thank you for the super.
Let's see. Tristan says, I feel bad for tin. Is this still a troll? I feel bad for tin cap fans.
Well, he's the one that's like, I can't believe AJ Preller did this.
Yeah, who's going to play for them? Who cares? I don't feel bad for them at all. Dose Mafia, thank you for the super chat. Not sure if you want to platoon Laureano. 930 OPS versus righties and 800 versus lefties. Wow.
He's having a crazy good year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And again, he's out of his mind right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it doesn't always translate. I mean, guys can have had good years that then don't perform on the other side of a deadline, and everything changes, teammates, ballparks, but I'm high on Laureano. I'm high on both of the bats they acquired. I think even if they're close to what they were, that's massive for an offense that has been very average at times, has struggled to score at times, has not hit with runners in scoring position. I mean, all those things we've talked about hopefully has improved. I mean, even slight improvement is probably significant for a team that wins games by 1 and 2 runs.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do this. Probably play the hot hand. You know, do you want to platoon O'Hearn? O'Hearn's having an all-star season. And he's also a lefty, so it's like putting in Sheets for O'Hearn. It's like 2 lefties there. You'd want to have a Sheets in for a righty against right-handed pitching. And then Laureano in there against left-handed pitching, right? And
Yeah.
they'll see all the numbers, they'll see all the splits, they'll figure out what to do. But the great thing is now is they have options. They don't have Trenton Brooks sitting there and Tyler Wade, even though I think he's still on the team, or whoever else on this bench to be like, well, what are we gonna do here? No, they have a ton of good options and they have good problems.
Yeah, these are good problems. Big difference between good problems and bad problems is you can't overcome bad problems. You can deal with good problems. Depth is always a good thing. It always works itself out. Trust me. Jared, again, thank you for gifting the memberships earlier. Par Threes Club, thank you again for gifting these memberships in over the course of our show.
Thank you, Par 3 Club.
Luca, thank you for the super chat. I love this. He's Schulteisms. Toddy, Louie, Manny, Jackie, Bogey, Herney, Ramoni, Crony, Freddie. Sheetsy first bat off bench, nasty lineup, lock-in boys win a ship.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I mean, their lineup is vastly improved. It's just gotten deeper because 2 nights of a lineup turning over is a ton. And they're able to do it.
If they decide they want to put Ryan O'Hearn as their cleanup hitter and have Jackson Merrill hit 7th for them now instead, or 6th, it's reminiscent of last year's lineup when Jackson was hitting 7th all year, and you're like, damn, this lineup's deep. And then you got Higgy getting the contributions from him and Profar, right? And then Solano. Like, last year's lineup was deep. This year's lineup, as it is right now after the deadline, has an opportunity to be deeper than last year's team offensively.
Yeah, it's crazy. E-Racing with Dale, appreciate you, man. He says to make it more right, left, right. Toddy O'Hearn, Manny Merrill, Ramon, Arise, X, Crone, Fermin can swap Arise and O'Hearn if preferred. That typically factors into the construction of a lineup, right? If a left-handed batter, right-handed batter, not having more than 2 in a row, for example. I'm very curious to see what it looks like tomorrow. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I'm very curious. Because it could look. I mean, it could look like this, or it could look completely different.
Mm-hmm.
The one we talked about this today. There are 2 spots in the lineup that aren't changing. Well, actually 3.
Top 3?
No. Toddy, Manny, and your number 9 hitter, which is
yeah, exactly. You could move Arise, you can move Merrill. Absolutely. Yep.
Everything else is up for grabs as far as moving around.
Tio Philo, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate you, man. If you want to become a member, get the emojis and the badges and support. Click the join button down below. Jared, appreciate you again. He says apparently KC fans are devastated to lose for me. He's not the first person to say that tonight. I've seen that on social media as well. That is typically encouraging to see something like that type of reaction from another team's fan base. So we'll see. Ezekiel, appreciate your super chat. Says, do y'all think the new players are going to play tomorrow? I do tend to believe that. I mean, maybe there's one exception that is playing out, but I would think so. I've referenced De Vries, literally same day, playing for a new organization in the Midwest League. So if you're doing that in the Midwest League, I would think you're going to do that I bet these players are through the moon, excited, through the roof, whatever it is, right? Excited for this opportunity. You're going from Sacramento,
dude.
Sacramento. They don't. What is even happening in Sacramento? To San Diego. I mean, you're going from Baltimore, which has fallen off the map. They draw no one, even when they're good. To as good of a draw as there is in the sport. You're going from non-contender to a chance to win a World Series. I mean, these players are ecstatic with the opportunity, would be my guess.
Yeah, if you're Mason Miller, oh my gosh. You're like, finally, I get a pitch in a big league ballpark that's packed with 45,000 rabid fans. Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano. They go from the Orioles, who are having a bad year, to an instant contender. All these players. That's got to be the best feeling in the big. Like, you're just like, wow, I get to play for something. That's awesome. And the cool thing is too, other than Ryan O'Hearn, all these guys can, well, I don't want to say like they absolutely, they can, plant their roots here in San Diego. Cause we know, what, but Mason Miller's not going anywhere for anytime soon, right?
No,
He knows that.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You're right. You're right. The players that need to be concerned are the players that are drafted by the San Diego Padres, not the players that are in San Diego. By the way, 36 subscribers away from 9,000. Please help us get there live here tonight. 36 of you. Please, if you have not subscribed, do it right now to our channel. Teofilo, thank you for following up with the supers. Has been a viewer and a fan of the channel for a while now. It's time to member up. Today was wild. Let's ride. I mean, today was epic. Yeah. Epic day. I want to see epic days on field, which we've seen the last 5 days. They're 60 and 49. That's very good. Today was awesome. And now it's time to just put it all together. So appreciate your fandom and your support, though, of the channel. Very gracious. Par Threes Club involved tonight with the super sticker earlier. That doesn't show up in our software, but it does show up in YouTube. So we appreciate your support via the super sticker. Tristan, thanks for following up. He says, I'm so sad for the fans of teams in our farm. Why would they show up and watch if they know one of their beloved players will eventually be traded? If this is real, I'm like, please keep contributing. I love this path that you're down. Please keep. I need more. I can't even react to it because it's I can't even take it seriously
because I know I know he's joking.
Like,
because there's no way. There's no way someone's serious with that.
Dude, you go to a Fort Wayne game for fireworks and a $1.50 hot dog. You don't go there because you're like. I mean, you know what I mean. By and large, people are there for the entertainment.
I will say this, though, about like Mad Friars, who do an amazing job with the Padres minor league system, is their heads are spinning every year of like, all right, well, we project this player out to help the Padres. Probably won't happen because they'll get traded in like a year. But yeah, screw it. Here we go.
There's a new crop of top 30 prospects in the Padres organization because 13 of them are on the way. Think about that. It's like if you were a top 25 football team and the top 15 teams like left Division One. Oh, hey, we went from 25th to 10th. Like these prospects automatically move up. These other prospects have left the organization over the last 24 hours. Right. Again, Par Threes Club, thank you for gifting the memberships throughout the course of the show. Oh, that's fitting, by the way, if you've been here before. Gutter Matt, appreciate your super chat. He says these trades have been a great birthday gift. Happy birthday, Matt. He says hopefully the new acquisitions help convince Java Joe to slow his recovery timeline to next season. LOL. If Joe Musgrove even attempts to pick up a ball on a mound and pitch in a professional baseball game between now and next year, that's lunacy. Cheer the team on, play the captain role. But no, I'm sorry. No chance.
Nope. Sorry. Nope. Not happening.
Nope. It's Ali Chili.
It's Ali Chili.
Right, or is it?
It's all chili.
Lil.
It's a little chili. Oh, it's a little chili.
A little chili. I like that.
It's a little chili.
It's a little chilly. Says NHL is moving towards other options to build a winning roster besides prospects. I'd rather have a team that wins now than a stacked prospect pool. NHL? What? Maybe MLB is moving towards.
Are you
other
in
options.
The right YouTube live stream?
But he says he'd rather have a team that wins now than a stacked prospect pool, and I agree with that. I mean, maybe he meant to say MLB. But. I mean, I agree. I'd rather win now than win later. Right. Jermore, thank you. For the super, says better lineup, bully, and depth. LFGSD bullpen. Yeah, okay. Better lineup, better bullpen, better depth. LFGSD. I mean, again, all the boxes you want to check, dude.
All checked.
They checked. Yeah. I mean, I think other teams probably got better. Like, make no mistake. I mean, Phillies tried to get better. Mets upgraded their bullpen. Like these teams have attempted. But did anyone address as much as AJ? I can't answer that, but it seems far-fetched to believe that there was a team that probably did more upgrading over the last, day.
Yeah, I've seen, people that cover the sport and analysts say like, oh, Yankees A+ deadline, Padres A+ deadline.
Yeah, Yankees did a lot.
Yeah, I looked at the Yankees did. They did a lot for sure. Yeah. But they're not as positioned as well as the Padres, in my opinion. Isn't Aaron Judge like on the IL right now?
He is.
Okay. It's like imagine if Manny Machado was on the IL right now with like a torn UCL or something. That
Oh my God.
Feeling would be a little different.
Yeah, completely. Mojo in San Diego, appreciate you, man. He says AJ got rid of 4 of the top 10 prospects, 1, 3, 4, and 6. He'll rebuild and do it again in a couple of years. Maybe a deep team like NBA. It's the key to the championship. I mean, in baseball, it is. The thing is, the difference between the NBA and Major League Baseball is like you can kind of navigate your way without the world's deepest team. I mean, depth matters, but I'd rather have Steph Curry than a deep team. Where in baseball, it's like you've watched Trout and Ohtani fail together. You need so much. The stars do matter, but they matter when they're surrounded by other good players. AJ's line today hit home because the weak link idea that you can't have weak links and win in baseball, I buy that because I think they've had teams like that before. We're like, hey, we're top heavy, but they don't win. So now it's like, can you be consistently good across the board and allow the stars to elevate? And I think that's the type of team they've built here.
Absolutely. It football, baseball, hockey, like you need a good team. Basketball, you can win with great players, and more often than not, teams with the most stars like win. So yeah, this is a team sport. Manny Machado doesn't get 20 at bats per game; he gets 4, maybe 5. So you're going to need other guys in the lineup that also get 4 and 5 at bats to produce and not be dead weight and automatic outs like they've had for the first half of this season.
Robert, appreciate your support of the channel. Guys, over here, we're 29 subscribers away from 9,000. We're reacting to the Padres at the deadline. Robert, thank you for the super. He says, AJ Preller, Rockstar GM. Keep killing it, Jay and Jay. Appreciate you. We're back tomorrow, by the way, on John and Jim at 2 p.m. Back tomorrow night with the wrap-up show. We will have Kevin Acey on the show, trying to connect with Kevin Brown, the TV voice of the Orioles, to talk more about the deal with the Orioles for Ryan O'Hearn and also Ramon Laureano. So make sure to join us tomorrow on the radio, on YouTube, or on the iHeartRadio app. And then again, tomorrow night right here on the wrap-up show. We'll have 4 hours for you tomorrow and then another hour plus for you tomorrow night. But
all the content,
Robert. All the content you could possibly want. Charles, thank you for the super. He says, can we give some love tonight to Eric G? He's talking about Grupner. Without that biz operations, they don't have the revenue to be in the second CBT and have a deadline day like this. They're actually over the second CBT. They've marketed this club exceptionally well. They do deserve credit for that. They have raised their revenues. They've done it in the face of not having the TV money they previously had. And the whole organization has kind of upgraded. And it's under John Seidler's watch. There was a lot of skepticism and questions. And so far, in a brief period of time, they've been able to keep the ship pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, I said today that Eric Grupner is very happy tonight. Not that the Padres made all these moves, is that they don't have to scrap Dylan Cease bobblehead day.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. It's true. E-Racing says, thank you, man. He says the fans mighty pump him up to 105. Oh, yeah, if the fans might pump him up to 105. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he hasn't pitched in front of 50,000 home fans. Talking about Mason Miller. Imagine the adrenaline his first time out there.
Dude, I mean, insane. I think until further notice, Robert Suarez is this team's closer. But, man, I would love to see a Mason Miller closer entrance at Petco Park. Right? That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
It's going to be insane. Yeah. Insane.
Like,
completely.
Dude, I mean, coming in the 9th inning, dude's going to throw 115 miles. Like, it is just, the guy's going to be hyped, bro. I would bet that we're going to see potentially a 105 fastball from him in his first outing.
Insane. Completely.
Dude, Friday night at Petco Park, he's going to get the ball tomorrow in, say, the 8th inning with a lead. He's going to come in, 45,000 fans there tomorrow night. Dude, he is going to be jacked up.
If you're going tomorrow, I mean, tomorrow's I remember being there the night after they acquired Soto and the feeling in that ballpark. I think tomorrow will have a similar feel just to the excitement level of Padres fans and this new look team as well. Teofilo, thank you for gifting the memberships. We appreciate you, man. Recent gifting of 5 memberships after becoming a member. So thank you, dude.
Thank you.
I'm not answering this Sophie's Choice, dude. Would you rather see the Padres win a World Series or SDSU football win the national championship? Stop. Don't put me in some corner. I'd rather see both. Par Threes Club, thank you for the generous super chat. He says, good vibes. Thank you, John and Jim, for everything you guys do. I watch your lives. Yeah, you do watch our lives all day. I'd love to send you guys a t-shirt for my San Diego golf brand.
Oh, he just
Just
followed
came
us
out
on
with new Padres inspired tees. What's this brand, dude?
He just followed us on Instagram.
Is it Par Threes Club?
Yeah. Just what's our email address again?
You're an idiot.
Padres
No. Padres wrap up show at gmail.com.
Padres wrap up show at gmail.com. Just email us and ask for all the information you need, and we'll get back to you. Club.
And let us promote right now. Is the brand, Jim, because you're on Instagram, is the brand under we could tell people to follow the brand. What's the brand on Instagram?
Hold on. I think it's his name. Pars. Wait, is it Par Threes? Here we go. Yeah. Par Threes Club. It's the same as his handle for YouTube. I'm looking at
go on Instagram.
Ooh, these are sweet, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
Oh, dude.
Look at this.
Go follow on Instagram at Par Threes Club and support.
Look at this. Like this.
Oh, dude. Come on.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, we want all that. We'll wear it. I'm wearing that in the wrap-up show. Super cool. And for our viewers, live or on replay, head over to Instagram and follow at Par Threes Club. Super cool.
Love me some golf, so let's go.
Yeah, and appreciate you saying that, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Let's see here. Fuji, thank you for the super. He says prospect hugging just seems silly. The way I see it, we have to wait to 2028 for our top prospects to be good. If we did, Tatis Jr. and Machado prime years are going to be wasted by the time they arrive. That's always the problem, the timing. One core ages out, another one comes in. It's so rare when everything just comes together all at once. There's examples of it, obviously, over the course of baseball history, like the Yankees core and prime in the late 1990s. But yeah, I mean, it's like to each their own, and the sport has changed. And AJ has come up with a strategy that has been effective, hasn't worked to the fullest degree. Every era has its own look on the sport, from Moneyball to, I don't know, spending money to the Padres are doing something that's very unconventional because they're not the big market like LA or New York. They're not the tiny market like Pittsburgh. They've carved out their own lane that truly is unique to themselves, and it's resulted in a lot of success. Not again to winning a World Series, but listen, prospects are nice if they pan out, but winning is nice at the major league level too.
Yeah, you only want a prospect hugged when like your team sucks. Like if they sucked and they traded away Leo De Vries, you'd be like, what are you doing? You know, like they're in win now mode. When you're in win now mode, anything goes. And what we learned today is for the foreseeable future under AJ Preller, no prospect is untouchable ever.
Yeah, none. None of them are completely. Tristan, thanks for following up. He says El Paso playoff run going to be generational. I can't wait to see how what they're going to throw out there in that first game.
Well, Campusano's still here, John.
Maybe that's why they kept him.
Didn't you say he's like their number 2 ranked prospect in the organization?
I joked. I'm like, yeah, well, everyone's gone. I mean, he's like, it's Ethan Salas and Luis Campusano. It's catching university down in the minor leagues. Dude, I don't know. Campy is so blocked. That guy's going to hit 6 home runs in the divisional series of the AAA playoffs.
They're like, shit, they went out and got a catcher. There's no chance for me. There's no chance for Campy in this organization.
There's no chance. None at all. And look at this. Another gifted membership from Par Threes Club. 5 more gifted memberships. We're not worthy.
Thank you. We're not. Yeah. Thank you. This is awesome.
Okay. Here's the deal. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Listen, if you're here right now and you are with us live or on replay, the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports is over at Underdog Fantasy. And if you use our promo code by clicking the link in the description down below. You're going to get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a free gimme pick. And a free gimme pick looks like higher or lower than not 17.5 points for Paige Beckers tomorrow, but higher or lower than a half total point. That would be an example. Or you go to Major League Baseball, of course, the Padres back tomorrow against the Cards, and you get higher or lower than like a half total plate appearance for Toddy. But it's Nick Pivetta tomorrow night. You just choose simple higher or lower pick'em contesting, and the more you play, the more you can win. And it couldn't be simpler, and it couldn't be easier. And you can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night by playing at Underdog. So use the promo code PADSWRAP, and you'll get that 50% deposit match up to $1,000. You'll get a free gimme pick as well. And click the link in the description down below to play along at Underdog.
Yeah, all this information. Oh, not all this information. Dude, it's been a long day. I'm
Really has.
QR code above my head. Scan that. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use our promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Start playing. Start winning today.
All his information.
All his information is above my ticker.
Mr. Underdog. Tristan says, AJ Preller just trolling. I learned from my GM. Okay. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, buddy.
And then one more gifted membership from Tio Philo tonight. Very generous of each and every one of you for hanging out with us tonight. We pulled to within 25 subscribers of 9,000. 25. I thought we get to 9K. Maybe we get there on replay. Honestly, if you're watching this thing on replay, we get so much replay. I mean, there's gonna be thousands of people that watch this on replay. I think we might get to 9,000, Jim, by the time we're back tomorrow night. In fact, I think we've got a good chance at it because of how many views we'll get on a show like this that has to do with the deadline. So, kind of last plea. If you haven't subscribed, I want to get to 9,000. Jim does as well tonight, and I want to get to 10,000 by the time the postseason starts, and then I want to get to a zillion once the Padres make their deep postseason run in 2025. So if you haven't subscribed, you know we're here for you, whether it's on John and Jim or the wrap-up show, whether it's in season or out of season. When there's breaking news, we're there in the morning. When it's not, we're there in the evening. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know the deal. Make sure to subscribe. And Jim said we want 1,000 likes on this video, so smash that like button for us as well. Follow us on X. If you're not following us on social media, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD on both X and Instagram. So find us there at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. And thank you for those that have supported with these super chats. If you're here on replay, thank you for the super thanks. And for those that have become members, really do appreciate each and every one of you. So many new members to the channel here tonight. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor. He's been with us since day one. Our friends over at Homewell Casino, SeatGeek, and Underdog Fantasy. And what do you say, Jim? We do this all over again tomorrow.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good. I like it. Sounds good. Yeah.
And then on cue, fitting for tonight, Par 3's Club saying everyone hit the sub button. And then he's using the new emojis, the custom emojis, because he's a member, the LFG SD emojis. All right, appreciate you guys. What a day for the Padres. We'll see if they can couple it with their 6th consecutive win tomorrow against the Cardinals. Join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. on John and Jim, tomorrow night, right here on the wrap-up show. And for Jim, I'm John. Be well. Get some rest. See you tomorrow.
Peace.